Hello y'all, this is the Roblox game Blox Cards, and in this video we are going to be trying out the Metaverse Series Cash Grabs deck. And let's go to the shop now and see it. Go to decks here, and here it is, Metaverse Series Cash Grabs. Play to winning group from the 2021 card design contest. This costs 5,000 Blox bucks, and the cash grabs center around the Shovelware group, and their legendary is Miser McBucks. And they're red and yellow in terms of colors they use, typically. And so Shovelware focuses on filling your base play with poorly made games to increase the strength of the Money Factory, which is the group's terrain. And besides these Shovelware cards here, we have Thunderbolt, that's a board wipe, Inferno, there is Hush Pup, Jared Valdez. 4, we have, what else, A Vote, Wrath of the Fried One, that's kind of like a board wipe, but also does something else, I think. Oh, they deal 150 damage to all fighters, they lose 150 power, pretty nice. There's Hollow Sinister, the Patriarch, who's just kind of here, I guess, because he's red and yellow in terms of card cost. And, well, also one white stud. There is QDHXX, and there is I Trapped, Cheeseburger, and besides that, that's all the non-Shovelware cards in this deck, and there's quite a few of them. And when you buy this deck, you get the title, Consumed by Avarice. And with that, let's see this deck in action. We're in a match now against a player Blue Fang, and we're going to play the Pencil Pusher starter, and that's going to give us the Shovelware factory with a Money Factory. And what we do now is we put Wrath of the Fried One in the base plate. Then we'll just end turn for now, and I may have should have put Hollow the Sinister, the Patriarch card in the base plate because it's too expensive for us to cast. And the thing about Shovelware is they focus on their whole base plate thing, but besides that, they're able to ramp up expensive red and yellow cards, and they have strong synergy. They have strong synergy with cheap actions, and they have strong effects once you get enough cash grabs in your base plate, but they heavily rely on the Money Factory. They might be slow to get cash grabs into the base plate, and they're very weak to AoE attacks, and they have a lot of, glass cannon cards. And the Money Factory can just kind of be annoying as well sometimes. So put the Jared Valdez card in the base plate, play the Money Factory, and please give us something useful here. And give us a poorly made simulator, and that will cause us to lose a couple studs. It's fine. And let's end turn. They're playing Neo Dragons, our opponent is. And the way the Money Factory works, and when this card is cast, you give yourself a cash grab card. Whenever you cast a fighter, you deal 50 times X damage to it. During your end step, you gain X red and yellow studs. X on this card is the number of cash grabs in your base plate. So eventually, once you have enough cash grabs in your base plate, some of your cards will just die instantly, so be aware of that. And do we want to play the Factory Worker? I don't know, not yet. I'm going to probably put Cheeseburger in the base plate, or no. Play the Factory Worker, perhaps? I need cash grabs, so we just need cash grabs at all costs. Give me cash grabs or give me death. And now we have obliterated one of our cards. Lovely. Now put the Cheeseburger there, and we're going to be able to take out Cobalt Obscurity in the next turn. And Neo Dragons is kind of a slow deck, which is a good challenge for us, because this is also not really the most aggressive deck type there is in terms of groups. And we'll play now, who do we play next? Factory Supervisor or a Vote. A Vote can be kind of useless in late game, because they can be one-shot by cards. And there goes a Factory Worker. Oh well. And who do we play? Play, say, Factory Supervisor. Good. And deal some damage to a target fighter. We'll give ourselves 2 cash grab cards. Play a poorly made simulator. We'll lose 2 colorless studs. Then play a poorly made obby and throw a Hollow Sinister Patriarch in there, because we need cash grabs quickly, and we need fuel for those cash grabs to be cast. Some of them require a yellow card in your base plate to be obliterated, and some require a red card in your base plate to be obliterated, and the poorly made obby one just requires you to lose 2 colorless studs. That's really the ideal one, so you're somewhat dependent on RNG. If you get a bunch of poorly made obby cards, those might be useful to you, but if you don't, that can be a problem. And Dragon Force, if we give them too much, the Neo Dragons, if we give them too much time, can be annoying. And let's cast, Factory Supervisor, go against them, good. Terrific, play a Vote. and they're not going to get one shot completely yet, so deal some damage to them. And they do take some damage due to the cash grabs money factory effect, and so a vote which had 300 health initially goes down to 100 health, and we need more cash grab fuel, please. I need more cash grabs, please. I need more cash to grab. And they're going to play Neo Dragon, Centaurial Benevolence, Torturer, Humbler, and all Neo Dragon cards. They just have the most long drawn out names possible. And if they get enough Dragon Force for that Cobalt Obscurity, they'll be able to ban us if they get to 40. And unfortunately, the Neo Dragon just gets... Oh, we can play Jared Valdez. Yes, I can only summon a few fighters from their graveyard, though. Should I do it? Yeah, we'll do it. How many do they have in the graveyard? Just a couple? Actually, yes. Give me those cards, please. Hand them over. Thank you. Oh, wow, that's very nice. That's actually very good. Charge in with the Evolt. And Jared Valdez 4 is kind of a very, I guess, thematic card to be in this type of deck, because I believe in the older days of Roblox, they were known for taking games and doing things like that. And so we're going to be on the offensive. Let's see what they do. And we have Cobalt Obscurity, and all these cards here, we're going to be gaining Dragon Force ourselves, even though we don't have any ability to be able to benefit off of it, which is funny, but it is what it is. And Jared Valdez, thank goodness we have the ability to ramp very easily, and they're going to now give a lot of power to their cards. How annoying. And they're going to give themselves tons of colorless studs, well, just colored studs in general. I guess this is a pure Neo Dragon deck. I don't know. They may be going for how to say Nevermore. I don't know, though. They seem to be playing all sorts of Neo Dragons, though, so I'm guessing it isn't. Not entirely sure. And let's now play Aggressive Advertising, and what that does is you draw 2 cards and give yourself 3 cash grabs. Destroy those cards if they're not cast in the turn. So let's now cast a Poorly Made Simulator. Boom. That's going to go into our deck. A Poorly Made Obby. Boom. And that's more yellow cards for us. Put the yellow Titanic Stud in the base plate and cast a Poorly Made Obby once more. And we'll cast our official player base. And if we don't, that card will just disappear. That'll give us a bunch of Pencil Pushers. So we're actually doing quite well. Fortunately, the Neo Dragons aren't very fast in terms of their card deployment, so that's good for us. And now let's deal some damage there. That is very nice. So let's attack X Blue Fang now. I don't know if we'll be able to play the, what is it, the legendary card for us. If we're able to get it, that'd be terrific. We have a bunch of red and yellow studs now. So we're now in the ramping up stage of the Shovelware group and the cash grabs group in general. And we'll see how X Blue Fang reacts. They're going to get more colored studs, and they may... I don't know what they're going to do. I'm very curious. I don't think they have enough for Nevermore. They don't. They're going to cast Neo Dragon, Collapsing Vacuum, Turbo Despair Descender. Those things are ridiculous. Play this Factory Supervisor, deal some damage to that card. Give me some of these. This Neo Dragon yellow card is so useful. It's just fueling my cards. I can just use it for the base plates, and now put a Poorly Made Tycoon in my base plate. Tycoon is there. Put Inferno in the base plate. Now we can't do that right now, whatever. Play, just charge into that Neo Dragon with the Pencil Pusher. That's going to give us cash grabs and let us draw cards. I think it just lets us draw cards, actually. And we play that, use QDHX. All allied fighters will gain health and power, which is good for us. 100 health, 100 power, and now I go on the attack. Fantastic. That is wonderful. We may actually win this one, possibly, because Neo Dragons are just slow, like Shovelware is. But Shovelware is slightly faster, I think, and we've had pretty good card draws and RNG on our side. I don't know if we'll be able to play Miser McBucks or not. They're going to have to do something about our cards, though, eventually. They have 3,250 life points. They have a board wipe, and now they played a dragon. And during your end step, your opponent loses 350 life. You gain 350 life. So we're going to charge in with the Factory Supervisor and just try to destroy them. Or actually, no. Is it even worth it to do that? I don't know. The Neo Dragons are worth keeping around. At least a yellow one. The yellow one's important to me. Played a Factory Worker. And that will give us... It's going to die instantly and give us a yellow card. Put the yellow Titanic Stud in the base plate. Good. And cast a Poorly Made Obby. My goodness, that yellow Neo Dragon, it is keeping us afloat. Charge in with these cards here. I don't care what happens to any of these cards but the red and yellow one. And charge in. Good. And that card will stay alive and let's deal some damage immediately. Good. Put the factory worker out. And they're going to die. Whatever. Cast a poorly made simulator. And they're going to be going out too. We'll use aggressive advertising in the next turn. And let's put the green Titanic stud in the graveyard and attack. They may have some kind of lobster card to destroy our whole offensive, but I'm not too worried about it because we can just play any card we want. Basically, if we have enough ramp, we have enough red and yellow studs, and they give up. Okay, I'll take that. They just got overwhelmed by the Shovelware. That was beautiful. The cash grabs were too much for them. They forfeited, and with that, this has been the Cash Grabs Metaverse deck and Blox cards. If you enjoyed the game, you can check it out in the video description. The link to it is there. If you enjoyed the video itself, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.